welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a great day no matter where you are in this multiverse. Today we will be going on an adventure or two. As you can see, there have been a few little changes. I've been busy. So we have our breeding farm, and I have gone ahead and captured a couple of turkeys, a male and a female, which once they're fully grown will start breeding. But what they do is provide you with eggs, feathers, and poop, which is lovely. The other thing that I have picked up is a pet monkey. The monkey will go around and collect different fruits and nuts from the forest. Here he is. I haven't named him. He's just wandering around, having a lovely, lovely monkey time. I have also picked up our first mount. Now, they do grow from babies. You don't get them wild until other areas, but even then, they're still little babies. You will notice when you do a scan, you can now look at the alpaca and tell what quality the alpaca is. It goes with anything. You can do that with any animal now. You can also see their sex. This one's just a very basic level and the lowest of qualities, but that's all we need for a first mount. The other thing we have is a few more friends. I will explain the name in a moment. My favorite out of all of these guys is, of course, Leeroy. If anyone's been a WoW player, they'll understand the idea of Leeroy. This guy is actually, he's not brilliant, he doesn't have anything special, but he will be, shall we say, expendable if anything is to go wrong while running around and doing things. Some of these other guys have got relatively good stats. Spike obviously has the 122 blade. And the odd thing is that both the others that I've decided to really keep, they're all quite high in the use of blade, which is the first time that's happened to me. Generally, there's a smattering of other weapons that you know they can have that are good, but all these guys have been purely blade. This guy's just another if anything happens to Leeroy. And I don't mind losing them if that's the case. I've also added a couple of tables. As you can see, we're now wearing leather armor. We're not in the cloth. And we have bone weapons. So I have the armors table, the weapons table. We have the builder's workshop, which is great. You can build anything from here except for your weapons, armor, and specific things. And we have our potter's table, which is over here. So we've got basically all the basic tables now, including our butcher's table for turning the meat that drops from animals to different types of things that we will need to make other things. Alright, now I said I was going to explain this one's name. She's busy over there doing her job. We'll have a look at her in here. Now, as I've said, some of their likes and dislikes can be rather odd. Hers is extremely odd. Now, given that this is YouTube, certain words cannot be said, but as you can see, she has some odd tastes, like literally odd tastes. So, yes, that is why she is called what she is. Now, for our first adventure, I will call my little friend to come and join me, because Leeroy just loves running into danger. Here he is. He's our mate. Hello, Leeroy. Let's go and pick on these puppies up here. They should be available for a bit of a play. And we might go and do our first tin run, which is up and over the top of this rise over here. But on the way, why not pick up a few things that we might need? Oh, look at that. There's all our puppies. These guys will still hurt. But not as much as they were. Lovely. Let's put a bandage on and harvest, because waste not, want not. Obviously, bone weapons work a lot better. We will go and deal with our first little cat over there as well here in a second. We'll probably come across a couple of those going to mine. We'll open our little chest there and get that. All right, let's pick a fight, shall we? Where'd our pussycat go? There he is. He's over there next to the tree. Now that I've upgraded my mask somewhat, I can scan in on things, which makes shooting a lot easier. And here he comes to play. Ooh, ouch. Nope. You're not getting me, pussycato. Now the thing is, I can send my little friend in to fight, which makes us change for Leeroy, since he tends to run in without thinking. And there we go. Our first Jaguar is down. They do hurt, as you can see. They do put a little bit of a hurting on you. Now, let's go and get us some tin. And that will be in the rainforest and in fighting in close quarters if I don't spot the enemy as such. I'd best have the spear and shield out. Now we can sneak, although that does not help at all with your friend, because obviously they don't bother to sneak. They just walk right alongside you. I'm not sure what Leeroy is up to, but Leeroy is taking his sweet time. Here he comes. He'll get here eventually. Alright, let's head for where we know there is some tin. It's not far, but as you can see, there's another cat over there. We have monkeys in the forest. Now this is tin here. As you go along, you do get the choice to be able to track your ores through your mask. But we're not quite there yet. Oh, wrong weapon. So I've upgraded to bone tools because you don't get ore if you're just using stone. You do need to upgrade your tools to at least bone to be able to pick up tin and copper. So bring up our weapons again. Looks like these guys have been having a little bit of a fight, maybe? Maybe they had a fight with that cat. They did. Indeed they did. This is the mine. It's one of the mines. There are more than one. But this is the first one that there is available. You can capture some of these barbarians here if you wish to. And make friends out of them. But I don't tend to worry too much about that, at least not at first. We will use the cat. Cat has body parts that we do need, the claws in particular, for making weapons. We'll heal up. And we'll sneak in and start mining a little bit here at the top. You will notice if I scan and I start mining, some of them hear you. They don't tend to come all the way up, but this guy, he can sometimes. He can sometimes run all the way to the front door. So he's gone back. Now in some of these mines you will get an elite animal that will come and try to make your life miserable. Here we go. That's one. If I want to, I can look and see what levels they are, so if they're worthwhile picking up, you can pick them up if you really want to. I just am here to get the tin ore, so the idea of carrying something heavy back over my shoulder is not really what I'm here for at the moment. But we will slowly pick them off, drag them out a little. They will move to the sound of things sometimes. Generally they always do, but this one's being a bit stubborn. He's not going to, apparently. She. Right. Okay, that one's taken care of. Back to our bow, back to sneaking. And back to picking a fight. Go on, Leeroy, you can do it, mate. Missed. Come on, Leeroy. Get into it. Oh, Leeroy's doing alright there. Mind you, he is now fighting a few people, but it's okay. He has bandages on him, so he will be able to heal himself within reason. Off you go, Leeroy. You love running into danger. Good boy. I'll give you a hand. I'll take care of this one. There you go, Leeroy. You're healing up nicely. We'll check and see how many bandages you have. You have a few. Now, the great thing is we can give him things to carry within reason. He won't carry everything. They do fill up. But he will carry most of these things. We may as well clear this area out and then do a little bit of mining. This should be the last one here. So you mouse over your opponent, press F1, and it will send your little friend into attack. Sometimes he can take his sweet time, but he's alright today. He's doing pretty good. And there we go. Easy done. So we'll get ourselves a little bit of this. And take it back. Of course, the idea is that we're going to make bronze, so it will mean that we'll need to make a longer trip to a copper mine. Now there are a few on the map, one being right next to one of the other barracks, which is in the next area across, like up from where we are now. And it's probably the best of the copper mines. It has the most in this area. There are probably better copper mines elsewhere on the map. But for the starter zones, given that it gives you the opportunity to pick up people, not just fight animals, it's a good place to go also for new friends and for copper. So the caves are all fairly similar that you come into. They tend to be pretty much the same. First tool has run out. On to the second one. It's always handy to bring more than one. And yeah, the layout of most of the caves, at least in this area, seems to be fairly universal. Do get a few different ones elsewhere in the higher zones, but even then, there's not much to them. So we'll go over this way, get a little bit more, fill up our friend. And we can always come back for more. This is so close to home. This'll do. So let's head home, drop this stuff off, and see what else we can learn. And see how far along our little alpaca has come in its growth. And whether we can learn the saddle and make the saddle for it. The great thing for that first mount is that it will make it easier to gather resources. It's the only reason to have it. It is one of the only ones that can jump. Later on, when you get the bird, when you get the llama, neither of those mounts can jump, but your cats and your alpacas do. Oh look, he's already respawned. And he's doing a little damage to me this time. Come on, Leeroy, give me a hand, buddy. Come on, Leeroy, you can do it. It's only claws. Good on you, mate. Me! missed me. Alright. Some more pussycat claws. We like pussycat claws. Looks like the puppy dogs are back as well, which means maybe we can raid that chest again. Alright, come on, Leeroy. Let's go over here. Which one do you want, mate? Any of them? Do you have a preference? No, you don't have a preference? How about you just take the one that's closest then, you know? You alright? Alright, I'll follow you in, mate. I've got your back. I've got your back, mate. Well, I might have your back. Of course I've got your back. No worries. No worries. All taken care of. Right. Let's go raid the chest. Come on, Leeroy. Don't be a slacker. Let's go. Thank you very much, Soulmask gods. We will be needing those. And we'll heal ourselves again. You alright there, mate? You healing up? I hope so. Okay, so now that we're back at home, we will get all the stuff off him, give him a bit of a break, because, you know, Leeroy's had a really hard day. I mean, I've taken him out. He's been attacked by dogs. He's been attacked by cats. Bashed up by people. You know, he's just had a really, really tough start to the day, and you've got to feel for him. But come on, Leeroy, in here. Look, there's a nice warm fire going. You've got your mates there. You can tell them all about your adventure. Take everything off you, and then give you back. Well, actually, we won't give you back anything because for some reason you've even added more to your stuff. Alright, there you go, Leeroy. Thank you for your help. Thank you for your service. Good on you, mate. Go and have a beer. She'll be right. Now, we can put all our bits and pieces away. And have a look at what we have to improve. Now you'll notice that the sunstones are getting to be of higher quality. You'll always get some of the green ones, but the blue are the next step up. It just means they hold a little bit extra juice for your mask. Animals. Put all the animal bits and pieces in. And I guess we can also throw all the meat and the fruit and veg into a chest. Don't need the beast claw. Should give that back to young Leeroy over here because he will use that if he breaks a bone. Now, the other thing I wanted to check, outside of my own food and water, is to see how our growth of plants are going. And this one is potatoes. It's set to potatoes. So we have a constant supply of potatoes coming in. This is cotton. So this is our first growth of cotton. Obviously, the potatoes are up and running quite well, which means I can put a potato dish on for the people to eat. We have our composter, and it's working quite well. I can add some of those to the list of things to be made. And every now and then our little friend will come out. Obviously, there's not that many of those at the moment. But he will come out, the one that's assigned to it, and do that. You can take the matter from the toilet, place it in to the composter, and our friend will make use of it. Very environmentally friendly, I must say. Very self-sufficient. Our turkeys are doing quite well. Obviously, this is controlled by the breeder farm, so as long as you have someone taking care of that, they will feed them, water them, as long as you give them the appropriate tools and the appropriate food is available. You do have a fair choice of food for things like turkeys, so they will eat any of this, the wild fruit, the cornflower, turkey feed, etc., etc. There's a whole heap that they will eat. So as long as you don't run out of everything, your turkeys will be fine. Our little monkey's still working quite well. I love the fact that you can pick him up and put him on your shoulder. Rather reminiscent of Ark, I must say, although this one doesn't throw feces, as far as I'm aware. So he'll just keep going and doing his job. Our little alpaca is slowly growing up at 66% at the moment. Now, I do have food and water on this particular mount. I haven't set up a feeding trough or a water trough. I've just put it straight onto the animal. I don't intend to have a lot of alpacas. Their uses are limited to really only early game, unless you really like alpacas, I guess, and you want to keep getting them. Now, I need to repair items. So this is a tool bench for repairing or making bone items or any of your pickaxes and things like that. I'm missing beast bone, so we need to have a little bit of beast bone made up, which we can do through here. Select, say, 10. Walk away, and our friend will create some bone for us that we can use to make our tools better. Again, now there is, and I'm not sure whether I've said this before, that you can only repair your tools a certain amount of time that they lose durability, so it's almost worthwhile not to repair them and to simply make new ones each time, because they do lose that durability. I will show you what I mean. We'll craft one and we will repair one as soon as she takes the materials to the table, obviously. With any luck, that will be shortly. She still hasn't done it. She must be busy. She's gone. Yes, she has. She's gone out to use the amenities, it seems. I'll go and do it myself. She's being very slow, it seems. Or she hasn't put them away. No, she may have done so, but she's very slow in doing so. That will be enough. We don't need any more than that. I'll take those with us. She can go back to doing it. And we will repair. Okay, so I'll repair this. Check our durability on both items. So as you can see, we've lost 200 durability, and that keeps going each time you repair. Which is, I think, a really good thing about this game is that you have to repair or remake things. It's not just, I've got this weapon and I'm going to go around and hack everything. There is a cost for everything that you do, and I love that. We do need another water tank. We probably need more than one, but one will do for the moment. I believe they've recently made changes so that now animals and people can use the water tanks to drink from. Previously, you could only use them to refill your water skins. So these are some of the small upgrades that they've made to the game. So there we go. I am thinking we may be able to upgrade a few things. One of the things I want to do, before we go on to bronze gear, obviously, is make the alpaca saddle. So we need to learn that. I need to be level 20 to be able to learn the furnace and go on to your pit, your new fire pit, which just allows you to have more farmland and things like that. At this stage of the game, I haven't found a great use for having more farmland than just one or two. By the time you get into the bronze, you will need a few more bits and pieces around the place and to be able to make more farmland for all the different types of crops. I guess 3 would be good because the alpacas' food can be made using some of the farm materials. Same with the turkey food. And you do have the option to have capybaras as a resource as well. I just very rarely use that in early game because you are going around and collecting enough meat really to supply your tribe when you're hunting for leather and resources of that nature. So I don't tend to worry about the capybaras much, but I do definitely get the turkeys for the feathers and the eggs, because that's another good source of meals for your tribe. Another lovely rainy night with the stars out. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. All right. Well, I need to have a little bit of a break to run around and collect a few more resources, so I will be back probably when the sun rises. Well, okay, we're back, and we just have to pick up a few arrows to replace the ones we've already used. And we can go on our first adventure, our first proper adventure, and that will be to these barracks over here. I want to see if I can find a craftsman and bring them home to be our friend. It is a bit of a hike back with person over the shoulder. Okay, she didn't put them in the table, she's taken them down to put them in the chest, obviously. So they'll be up in this one. Perfect. We will take Leeroy for another little trip. Let's hope Leeroy survives. We will check his proficiencies and his abilities because he too gets points. We will allocate his points to the best for him. At the moment he is using spear and shield, so we will either put it into spear and shield or into health or endurance. Strength is good too because it helps with the max load that they can carry. Perception is purely for bow and throwing weapons at targets. So this time I think we'll put it straight into his agility. Confirm it. We can also look at his proficiencies to see if any of his proficiencies are up high enough to give them the choice of extra damage, stamina, etc. We'll give him damage. His spear, his shield is not up to 30, which is the first level, obviously, that you can raise. 2, and none of his other proficiencies really matter at the moment because he's not really working that hard. So you can either get them to follow you from the I menu, or you can simply walk up to them and deploy, and they will follow you. Come on, Leeroy, we're off again. Let's close the door. It's a bit drafty this morning. Our alpaca is getting there slowly, and I will show you where you get those from. There's a couple of spots in this early part of the game there where you can find them in very small bandit camps that contain generally 3, maybe 4 people, generally 3. Best bring up our weapons because there will be dogs, and there is, as we know, that cat that walks around here as well. There's a puppy. He's going to come and visit us. Oh, he's stuck on the rocks, but that's okay. He generally has a friend. I don't know where his friend is. I'm sure... Oops, sorry, Leeroy. Didn't mean to hit you, mate. Okay, we're off. I don't see any point in sneaking now. We are big enough to deal with most of these things in this area. As long as they don't jump on you as such. Another parrot. Or 2. And running past our scout camp. Occasionally it's worthwhile going there and just picking up some of the bits in the chest. Just over there is another ruins, and that is where you will find a baby alpaca. If you wish it, that's where I got the one I have from. And we have boars. I don't mind. Sounds like there's another one around. Go on, Leeroy, get involved, will you, mate? It's alright, mate. I'll give you a hand. Bit early. You didn't get your coffee this morning, did you? Alright. And we're up and off to the barracks, which is just here. Now, just up around behind that rock there is a camp that has a baby alpaca. 3 bandits, baby alpaca, and a chest. But this is where we're coming to first. We need to get our bow out, and we need to sneak in and just have a scan and see what levels the people are here and what's going on a bit. This is also where you get seeds from for your plants to grow. Alright, so we've got a couple of guys in the tower. He's a level 18. He's not brilliant. We have a level 15 skilled warrior. He might be worthwhile having a look at. What else have we got here? We have a level 15 gold master guard. That one's interesting. It has mad worker as a comment, which also could be a good thing. So we might pick a fight with this one up here first. Oop. And we might be best putting you on passive for a minute. Come back here, Leeroy. You know you can get yourself into trouble, mate. It's not a good look. Even if we have pulled someone else. We didn't want you. You are the one we want. So we'll have to be careful. Whoop. And we need to deter you. Just like that. And heal ourselves before we get too hurt. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just pick this one up, put her, I'll lay her out here, we'll put her in the sunshine. It's a nice day for a bit of sun. She looks very pale. So we'll give her a little bit of sunshine, something to eat, a little bandage. She can just hang out here and slowly start to feel better. She's had a long night working on the towers, apparently. And the other one we wanted to have a look at is this little fella here. You'll note I still have this one on passive. We'll try and get this guy to come out. If we can see them above the fence. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, it's coming out even though it didn't do any damage. Send another arrow down here just to get them to come around from behind the fence. And then pick a fight. Nice block. Alright. What did he do to you? He's passive. Stop picking on my friend Leeroy. It's not nice. Stop doing it. Alright, while she's down, I'll heal myself. And again, picking on Leeroy. It's not nice. Very mean. Very mean picking on Leeroy. You right there, mate? You seem a little hurt. Alright, we'll take this one over here and lay her in the sunshine next to the other one. View items. Feed this one. And give her a bandage or two. We'll see how we go. technicians very slow out of the beds, as you can see. It might take a while to get them to be ready to look at. All right. Back to picking on people. And there is a guy here that we definitely need to stop. That one that's walking. In all these barracks, there are fires that can be lit. And if you look here, you will see it. It's in the pile of wood there. That pile of wood will be lit by that particular tribesperson. And you will get a whole heap of people run in to come and save them. We want to avoid that if we possibly can. Nothing special. These are all relatively uninteresting. We will get our friend back on assist and start picking fights with these guys. Now, I like to wait until the other guy is further away and then start bringing these. If you walk backwards, your follower tends to follow you back. And that leaves it a lot easier to not have that fire start. Because without walking backwards, that other person will aggro and will start the fire very quickly. We will also need to take out... Oops, sorry, dude. We'll have to take out the other towers, including the one that's over there. And this one just inside the walls here. Because they will alert people and you will get a whole heap of people come running at you. Should check some of these packages. Oh, free string. We love free string. It's great stuff. You will notice that there's a systems notice that will tell you at what alert level the camp is in. The other thing that gives it away is that they're no longer walking, they're running. Now she's gone back to walking a bit, so it's gone back to a common level of alertness. I'm going to drag this guy out. Try and get him coming our way, not the other way. Come on, Leeroy, come back here, mate. Good on ya. Bit slow there. Didn't take advantage of it, but that's alright. Heal myself again. And bring up the bow. Try and get some of these guys taken out. It won't always work. But sometimes it does. Leeroy, do not go in that gate. He might be behind the wall. There we go. We need to... I'll show you what I mean by these giving extra towards your mask. So if you were using the little one, you only get a little bit. But if you use the big one, it fills them a lot faster. Alright, let's try and get this dude up here on the tower. Oh dear. Okay, this also happens on the odd occasion. Sometimes the barracks come under attack by wild animals or other tribes. So at the moment, it looks like the boars are attacking. It's quite annoying. When it happens when you're in the actual area. I think, given the alert status, we're going to have to run in and try and get this before... We might have a little issue here. Our best bet is to run out of here. We are going to have boars following us. But we're also going to have people, probably, if we're not careful. Alright, I did destroy the fire. So the alert level should go back to normal. Once that guy returns to his tower, we should be fine. Still on high alert. And it doesn't look like he's returned to the tower as yet, if at all. Maybe the runner, the other one may have been killed. Now, as you can see, there's chili plants here, and you can come in here and collect these. They will give you seeds, and they will give you chilies. There's also potatoes. It seems that this changes. I'm not sure whether it's with the seasons or whether it's just that you get a chance each time that something different will spawn. Tomatoes. And of course the wonderful thing, cotton. Cotton is one of the best things in the game. It's one of the most important in regards to making armor. So it's something that you need a lot of, no matter what level you are, to make yarn and various other things. All right, let's go explore a little. We're going to have to take care of a few of these guys. This may pull a few others. But that's okay, we don't mind. Missed me. Go on, Leeroy. Go get him. Get him, mate. You can do it. There you go. Good on you, Leeroy. You're doing so well. I'll just give you a hand, shall I? Alright. Now, in these little huts, some of them have chests in them that you can get items out of. This one's got pumpkins, corn, compost, locust pesticides, and some boards. We'll take all those. You can also let these captives go if you want. Sometimes they will join you. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they want to fight you. But you can deter them and take them home the same as any of the others. However, I've never actually got a good one. They all seem to be a little less useful. Can't tell what he is. This guy coming down here is a skilled labourer, so we don't want our friend to get involved in this fight. We want to pull this skilled labourer out here. He's one of the guys that we are here to try and make friends with. He may be good, he may be bad. We won't know until we try. You can always tell who they are, because they don't carry normal weapons. It's being a little difficult. Okay, we'll put up our weapons. Obviously he doesn't really want to be friends with me, because he's not letting me deter him. Alright, we'll come out here a bit further. Let him get his health back a little. He's really not letting me deter him. It's quite odd. Very odd. Now I can deter him. Lovely. Just have to be very careful, because they tend to be softer than your other people. Now we're not quite up to taking on the chief in there, or the second, well, the main leader, but taking people from around the outside and getting resources from around the outside from the camp without going in and taking on the leaders is quite doable at this level. Alright, so we have a bit of a conundrum here. We have a number of people that we have managed to try and befriend. And it's going to take a while to carry them all back. The other option, of course, is just to stand here and allow them to wake up, or feed them up and then just go home yourself, come back later and check and see whether they've survived or not. So what we might do is leave these two guys here. They're okay. Do you have any soup? You do. I'll take some of your soup, as I have just run out. We will feed these guys up. And we will carry this one back, because he's the skilled labourer. He's the one that we actually came to have a look for. The other two are just bonuses, so we'll see. As I said, there's no guarantees this guy will be great, but you've got to start somewhere, and the barracks are the only places that I've found that you can find skilled labourers or craftsmen or any of those type of people that you will need later in the game. Even early in the game, the sooner you get a really good craftsman to work on armor or your weapons, the better off you'll be, because you don't have to send them through all the lower levels again to get high in that ability. You can just start them right from the start, and by the time you get to iron or steel, they're big enough to cope and deal with it. Now, we're being attacked by a pig. This is great. You can just keep running, and they will eventually leave you alone. The only thing that may not do that is the cat. The cat may continue to chase you, but if we're sneaky, we might be able to avoid him. He should be back by now. He should be both the cats in this area that we're going to be running through should be around. They've had enough time to respawn and all come back from wherever they were on their little walks. The dogs will also have respawned, but I mean, I'm not overly worried about the dogs. I will just keep running. There is a cat over there as well. Just gotta, there's the cat right over there next to the wall. Okay, so we come down here, scan, we sneak around through here a little. We will at least hopefully avoid the cat. As I said, not so worried about the dogs, although if I can avoid them, I will also. Just because they can kill the person that you're carrying. Oh, well, he has seen us. Doesn't look like he's aggroed though. Well, yes he did, but not to me. Leeroy, you need to learn to sneak, mate. You do. You need to learn to sneak. But, you know, that's Leeroy for you. Oh, nice to see our workers are working away over there. Getting the jobs done. They should be happy with what I've brought back because we should get a few more cotton plants out of what we've returned with. Alright, so... Oh, I did have this one too that I found during the night. She looked homeless and in need of a home, so I went ahead and decided I'd check her. I need a daughter. She's probably the right size for a daughter. Okay, so we'll have a look at her. Unfortunately, she's not great. That's a bit of a shame. So we won't be keeping her. She does have aversion to parrots. That makes me like her. I have that aversion myself, as you know. So we will dismiss her. Yes. And she will have to go and find herself another home. Right, that one will be quite content laying in bed and doing his thing. I will check on him now and then and make sure that his health and food is good. And I will also go and pick up those other people. I need a little bit of food. We'll put all our things away here. Thank you, Leeroy. Thank you very much for your service again today. You did very well. I will not require you to come with me when I go over to check the other two over there. I will just simply go for a quick run and sneak around, or maybe I will take the alpaca as soon as it's grown up and just run over there, check them, see if they're any good. If they're not, then we won't worry about it. Now we did pick up some cotton, and we did pick up more cotton seed, which is wonderful. All right, Leeroy, off you go and have some quality time by the fire with your friends. Thank you again very much for accompanying me. Put all our gathered items away. Your pesticides and things go in medicines for some reasons. I'm not sure why. I don't believe that they're considered to be a medicine, but, well, you know, maybe a poison box would be good. but apparently not. Now we are starting to get a few different types of vegetables, and they can be turned into seed so that you can grow them in your grinder. I'm just not happy to do that just yet. I'm not up to that stage of turning things into seeds to have more in the way of garden beds. Soon enough, that will happen. I'll put all these things away. That's the other thing. These little poisonous bugs are also considered to be medicine. The mind of the developers of this game is a little worrying. Now I'm going to put the compost that I got straight into here, and I can pull out the cotton that has been grown and take back as well. You don't draw from these buildings when you're drawing to your tables. It only draws from chests. So you do need to move things into the chests if you want to have straight up use of them. We will run up here, we will check. We should be able to make yarn now. This is lovely. These are all items that you will need for making armor. We can also make some coarse cotton. So I will have those saved so that our worker will come up and make those every now and then. We will get a certain amount and they will build up so we can just simply come to the table when we are ready and make more armor. Well guys, I think that will be it for today's video. I will see you here again, and at that stage we will have more chance to adventure with our alpaca, and of course we'll take Leeroy with us because we really do like Leeroy. Leeroy's a hero. Bye guys.